It's the Joseph Bristol Show.
If you enjoy the video, hit the like. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe.
Welcome to another episode of the Joseph Bristol Show. On today's episode, I want to talk about investing. And I just want to share with you guys a couple of my investing strategies and tips and how I work my investments and like what I do. Recently I came back from a trip, hung out with my cousin, and I was just showing him how to invest and like why he should invest and things of that nature. I got into investing around like heavy around maybe 26, 27, 28, somewhere around there. I got real heavy into it. I kind of knew about it before, but I didn't know how to enter it, what to do, like where to buy the stocks and so on and so forth. So today I kind of want to talk to you guys about that and come up with a plan and a strategy and what's the best way to get to really work this thing so that you can work your money easily, but at the same time actually work the money, right? So the first thing I want to do is talk about tracking your investment, right? You need to be able to track your money, right? So how do you know how much money you put in, how much money you're taking out, how much money you actually made? One of the ways that I like to track my investments, track my money, is by using apps, right? So one of these apps is gonna be CoinGecko, and this is how I track my my crypto, not my stock. So right now I'm really just showing you crypto tracking apps. There's a lot of apps that will track your stocks. Honestly, any app that you buy stocks on, it usually automatically tracks as far as like how much you gain, how much you put in, so on and so forth. But with crypto, a lot of the apps, they won't show you how much you gain, how much you lost, etc., etc. So with crypto, a lot of times when you buy the crypto, you will need to get another app, a third-party app, in order to track your crypto. And one of those apps is CoinGecko. I like CoinGecko. This is on my CoinGecko. You see, I have a couple of coins. These are not all the cryptos that I own, but this is like my experimental crypto that I own, right? So you can see that I'm tracking it. You can see how much in the negative I am right now. I'm in the negative $2,000. All right, so my portfolio is down pretty heavy, like down pretty heavy. But in total, you can see I probably put in $3,000. If I wasn't in the negative, I'd probably have around like 2,900, something like that, right? And then you can just add a new coin in CoinGecko. I will link in the description my full CoinGecko video so you guys can check out the app. I do have a review video of the app. And then this is another app that I started using, I want to say like maybe a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, and I'm using it for free, but there is a paid version, and the paid version is much better. But this one also as well will track your crypto. But the good thing about this one and CoinGecko will track any cryptos. You just put in, you have to manually add in what crypto you bought, how much you bought, what time you bought, and usually the amount that you bought it at. And then for Coin Tracker, you don't actually put in any of that. It automatically pulls that information from the exchanges or from the wallet that you're using, right? So I like Coin Tracker. Maybe I'll make a whole episode just fully going into Coin Tracker, but I would have to do that when I actually purchase it. So here you can see, because I have the free one, it'll show you that I have to pay if I want to know day by day or month by month, or so on and so forth. So the free one will only show me all the way through. But you can see here, I wasn't really investing back here. I was, right? So in 2018, I had $30 in crypto, and then you can see, and that's 2018. So you can see that it's just been going up and down. In 2018 is when I got into crypto. This is around the time I actually first started buying cryptocurrency. And then you can see here, this is around, like 2020, I started actually like really putting money into the crypto. So you can see here, I'm putting in a couple hundreds, and then it starts to turn into a couple thousand, and I just kept putting more and more money in. But overall, this actually, this is not my actual portfolio. I think this shows the total amount that I've made if I would have sold. So at the highest level, if I would have sold at the top of the market, my cash would have made me $7,341 if I would have sold at the top of the market in 2021. but I didn't. I still have majority of my crypto, right? So that's this. And then boom. And then I wanted to show you guys as far as taxes, right? So that's the next thing. When you're investing, make sure you're paying attention to your taxes. For most of the people who watch my videos, I like to think we are somewhere here in this tax bracket, right? The 12% tax bracket. In which case, I think I'll make a whole video on how you can determine how much money you're going to pay in taxes. Because ultimately what you would do if you're making, I don't know, $30,000 a year, then you're going to pay out of these two tax brackets. So what happened is, let's go to the whiteboard really quick, and then I can show you guys better. I'm going to go to the whiteboard here, and after this I will talk more about the investing, right? So at the whiteboard, let's say you make I don't know, let's say you make $30,000 a year, right? So you make $30,000. So you're gonna have to pay two times. You're gonna have to pay the 10% and the 12%, right? So the 10%, you're gonna do what is it? I think it's, if I'm right, and if I'm wrong, please correct me. But I have to research it. But I'm pretty sure this is the right way. So you do 10,000, right, minus the 9,950. But then you also have to do 12% of what's remaining from this. So whatever leaves behind this, you're going to take that. No, you don't actually add that here. That's wrong. So actually what you do is that equals that. And then you're supposed to take the remainder, right? So the 20,000 minus, and then if I'm right, it's whatever's left over. Oh, not of 10, of 30. That's where I messed up. Okay, so that's where I messed up. So actually you make 30,000. So it's actually 30,000 minus the 9,000, the first tax bracket, right? And then whatever's left over. And then you have whatever's left over minus the $2,000 from this tax bracket, and then whatever's left over. And then if I'm right, these two things added together, right, is supposed to equal your 30,000. And whatever's left over is the amount that you would have to pay in taxes. Not a tax expert, but I'm pretty sure I actually just explained it correctly. With that being said, let me get into the investment plan, and just make sure you really go over your taxes with your tax broker. I will link in the description my IRS income tax video. They wanted to start using facial recognition. I think they're still going to do that, but they also I break down that a lot of people actually don't have to pay taxes on their investments, like a lot of people, especially if you're poor, because it's a certain amount of money that you have to make in order to start paying taxes on your investments. So if you're investing $100, $200 into Bitcoin, and you made maybe $500 on your Bitcoin, you probably don't have to pay taxes on that. So let me delete this really quick because I'm going to be writing on the board. And leave a comment. Let me know if you guys like the whiteboard, because actually my cousin doesn't like the whiteboard. She wants me to do it in PowerPoints. I don't want to make PowerPoints. I like the whiteboard. So I wrote these out, and I'm going to go over them, right? So the buy price, you want to set a buy price. So this is an investment plan. It's how I invest. Before I buy any stocks or crypto or anything like that, I come up with my plan, right? Once I know what I want to buy. So let's say we're looking into Bitcoin, right? And let's say we're going to say that we're going to buy into Bitcoin. I'm picking easy numbers because this is a lot of math, but you're going to get the idea of what to do. So let's say we're buying Bitcoin at, let's say 30,000. That's where we're going to buy it at, right? We want to buy it at 30,000, and we want to sell it at $50,000, which means in between that is a $20,000 increase, right? Which I think is like, I don't know, maybe a 2%, maybe a 2% or 20% increase. I'm not 100% sure, right? So potential profit here would be, like I said, a $20,000 increase, right? So the potential profit would be whatever we add. So I guess in order to find out, we would need to know, because this would need to be, let's say it's a 2x, right? So it's 2 times it multiplied. Right? Actually, it's not a 2x because it would have had to go and double up. So let's say 60,000. It should be a $30,000 increase, which puts us at a 1x, because 30 times 30 is 60. So that's a 1x. So we had a 1x increase, right? So multiply it by itself, right? And then the tax amount is determined on, again, how much money we actually put into it. So this is determined how much you put in. All right, so how much put in, right? And the potential profit is determined by, like I said, buy to sell price, right? Buy to sell price increase is profit, right? So like I said, we bought in at 30, we sold in at 60. That means it increased by itself one time, right? So if we sell at 90,000, that would be a 2x, because 30 equals 90, right? Or actually 30 3 6 9. All right, so that's actually a 3x, but 3 6, oh, actually a 2x. All right, so 2x it then. Boom. Actually still 1x, because 3 times 3 is 6, so 1 by itself, or whatever. Or maybe my math is, maybe I'm mixing it up. I'm not 100% sure. But let's continue on. You get the premise of what I'm trying to say here. Our buy/sell fees, this is determined by the brokerage. Determined by brokerage. So what am I talking about when I say brokerage? Remember, the brokerage is where you actually buy. So actually, let's write that out really quick. So we got to put, where do you buy? Right? So where do you buy stocks? Where do you buy stocks? Where do you buy stocks? Because that's the ultimate question, right? Because that's what my cousin asked me when I was telling him about getting into stocks and things like that. He's like, yo, well, where do I buy it? You're going to buy it on a brokerage, right? Buy on, I kind of see why she doesn't like my handwriting, but let's write it out. You guys understand what I'm saying here. Buy on brokerage, right? Right, so you're going to buy on brokerage, like Robinhood, right? Robinhood, Stash, Ameritrade, right? Oh, hell, even eToro, right? Depending on what you're trying to trade, you got Forex. There's a bunch of them, right? Forex, right? Webull. But basically, you're gonna go and you're gonna get a brokerage, or you go to a financial advisor, right? And if you're wondering where do I find a financial advisor, you can go to the bank. So whatever bank account you have, you can actually go there and talk to the people at the desk, not the people behind, not the the guys who give you the money when you get the slip. No, you're gonna ask them to talk to somebody who has a desk, right? And you want to sit down with them and you're going to tell them, hey, listen, I'd like to start buying some stocks. How would I get into it? And the financial advisor would be able to tell you, well, we have a brokerage account with so-and-so, how much do you want to put in, et cetera, and the financial advisor will help you. So that's where we buy the stocks, right? And based on where we're buying it is how we would be able to determine the fees that we have to pay, because we need to know this, right? And then let's say we also need a timeline for our plan. So we're going to do a 1-year plan, right? So 1 year, actually maybe a year and a day. So we'll do a year and a day plan, right? Because remember, 1 year makes it long term. Anything less than a year is short term capital gains tax. So you want to go 1 year. So let's say 1 year and a day. Boom. That's our plan, right? Tools to track. We already went over this. Like I said, Coin Tracker, coingecko. There's other apps. As far as stocks are concerned, usually the app itself will track it for you. Robinhood tracks it. Ameritrade tracks it. They will tell you how much. So you might need maybe third party, right? So let's say maybe third party. Oh, I should have wrote this in another color. Maybe third party or app. Can I do that? Can I write in another color? Yeah, perfect. So let's write it in red. And then the quantity of good quality. So what we need here is, again, we already know what stock we're picking, we're going to buy, right? So we're going to buy Tesla, or we're going to buy Apple, or whatever, or maybe we're going to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum. So we know what we want to buy, but we need to have a quantity, and actually these two would go together as well. So these two are kind of combined. This one and this one are kind of combined because you need to know a set quantity amount in time. So let's say I want to accumulate 1 BTC. 1 BTC in, I don't know, let's say I want to get it in 5 years. In 5 years, right? I want 1 Bitcoin by 5 years. And the quantity of good quality, like I said, the quantity that I want is 1 Bitcoin. That's how much I want of the stock. So like I said, we're picking the amount of the stock that we want. Then we have a dollar cost average plan, and how much is the total we want to put in, and how often do we want to put it in. And a dollar cost average plan, again, we have to decide, are we buying every week, every other week, once a month, or are we buying daily? So let's say we have $100 a month. $100 a month is our total that we are trying to invest, right? That's all we have to invest. $100 a month. Now, if we want to, me personally, buy $100 a month, I would probably want to buy my Bitcoin weekly, but I would try to break it up. So it depends, because some brokerages, they may say you're only allowed to buy $10 worth of Bitcoin a day at minimum, right? So you're only at the minimum amount that you can buy of any crypto would be $10. In which case, if we have $100 a month, $10, we could technically do $10 every single day for 10 days. But I personally wouldn't do that. I would want to stretch it out. So maybe we pick 10 days out of the month to do $10. So we do that. So we say 10 days, $10. Right? And so if we do it like that, $10, $10, right? So if we do it like that, then that's $100 for the month, and we can do what? 10 days, 10 months is 4 weeks in a month. So let's do 2, 4, 6, 8. Or that's what? 3, 6, and then 2 and 2. Let's do it like that. Okay, so what we'll do is week 1, right? So week 1, we decided we're going to do 2 days. 2 days for week 1 and 2. So week 1 and 2, we only do 2 days, right? And then week 3 and 4, we do 3 days. Because remember, we're doing $10. $10 a day. So boom, that gives us our $100 right there. All right, so now we actually run our numbers. So we have $100, right? And we bought Bitcoin 10 times. I'm going to show you guys how the dollar cost averaging works, right? So we do 10, 10, 10, 10, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And each time we buy Bitcoin at a different price. Now again, I am going to use easy numbers for easy math. I really don't want to pull out my calculator and all that other stuff, right? So that first month we buy Bitcoin, let's say it's during a dip, right? So we get it at 30 the first time. Second time we catch it at 25 because, like I said, it's a dip. Then back at 30. Then let's say we get it at 35. Then 32. And then let's go back to 30. Get at 28. Let's get another 30. Let's get a 31. And then let's get another 28. Now, this is our dollar cost average for the month, right? And now we need the average. And the way to get the average is you're going to add it all up, then multiply. And I'm just going to double check that. Hey Google, How do you find the average of a group of numbers?
On the website support.microsoft.com, they say, average this is the arithmetic mean, and is calculated by adding a group of numbers and then dividing by the count of those numbers. For example,
Stop.
the average of 2.
Alright, so we actually don't multiply. I was wrong. You have to divide it. Multiply is what? That's the median. That's the median. Alright, so here's our numbers. Let's grab our calculator really quick and let's just do some fast math, right? That's how we get the average. So we're going to do 30,000 plus 25 plus 30 plus 35 plus 32 plus 30 plus 28 plus 30 plus 31 31 plus 28 equals, remember we're going to divide it by 10. Divided by 10. So our average is 29,900. That's our average for the month that we bought our Bitcoin, right? Now, this is our average for buying. And we know that we always buy below 30,000. So we actually didn't even follow our own rules, right? Because look here, we only buy below 30,000, but we got, here we bought above, here we bought above, here we bought above, right? So these are the parts that are jacking up our thing, because remember, we're always buying below 30,000. So even if a day comes where we're supposed to buy, we shouldn't have bought at 35. We should just keep checking it for that day and buy it below 30,000. Got to stick to the plan. It's very important, but it's fine because remember, our average is still below 30,000 because that's what we want to stay. We want to stay below that, right? So we put on our $10, and now that we have our average, 29,900 and is our average, and remember we're selling at the 60,000. That's where we're selling it at, right? Which would give us about a 2x, right? 2x. So actually 2x our $100, which then we would end up with a total of about $200. So we're going to make or potential profit, right? Or potential profit is going to be $100. But remember, that's actually not our potential profit because we still have to minus the fees. Fees for trading. We still have to minus that. It's very important that we minus our fees for trading. And yeah, so I just wanted to go over this really quick. The video came out a little bit longer than I expected it to, but this is my method for doing my stocks and my crypto, and this is how I handle it. And I wanted to make a video just explaining to you guys what it is that I do and how I do it so that you can get a better idea. And I will be working on my videos, probably drop another one next week, one video a week. I'm going to be working on that. So yeah, please leave a comment below on how you invest. Let me know if anything I said was wrong, if my numbers are wrong, so we can exchange ideas and go over this thing and make the world a better place, right? So so with that being said, thanks for watching another episode of the Joseph Bristol Show. I appreciate it. And let's all remember, man, we all out here trying to do the same thing. Just be happy and survive. Y'all stay blessed.